Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday night to you, to your family. Come on in. This is Pastor Nate. It's 8:37 Pacific time. I'm here for a brief but important anniversary, fifth anniversary update. I'm going to take a moment and let everybody come in who's going to be with us live. If you would do me a big favor and come in tonight. If you are a partner of Greater Life, I need you to tag as many people as you can in this live tonight. All right. Do that for me. I'm going to make this very quick because I know this is going to be on our page. Our media team, they're live with me right now, and they're going to be helping me out with this important update. Okay. So let me do this very quickly. Y'all help me out and let's tag as many people. If you are partners of Greater Life, I want you to tag as many people as you can so that they can get this important announcement that I'm going to make on tonight. All right. Let me plug my phone up so my battery won't go dead. We are live on our Facebook page and we are live on our YouTube page. All right. Let me share this quickly to my personal page, and that would just generate more traffic. All right. Greater Life, I need your help tonight. All right. I need you to help me tonight by getting as many people in as you can. All right. For those who are going to watch the replay, that's cool, but I really want you in real time. I know we have a lot of people at rehearsal tonight. The parking lot was absolutely filled to capacity tonight. When I left the office, full. And I'm so excited about the choir on Sunday. The parking lot was full. I didn't even stick my head in because I didn't want to get excited and start crying. But it was full, all right? And so I'm grateful for our worship pastor. I'm grateful for those who are participating in our 50-voice choir on this coming Sunday, man. I'm super excited about that, all right? So let me share this to my page, guys, and we're going to move forward. Let's go here. And I have an important announcement to make, and we're going to move forward, all right? Let me tag a few people in who may not be following us consistently. So let me go ahead and do that real quickly. Let me tag a few people in tonight, and we'll be ready to go. All right, good to see everybody coming in. Y'all get them in. We're at 45 right now. I would love for us to have 100 live before I do this announcement. All right. So go ahead. Thank you so much for tagging people. People you know who you want to invite to the anniversary celebration this weekend. Tag them. Tag them. All right. And we're going to get this announcement out. Good to see y'all coming in. Hope y'all had a great day. Good to see everybody coming in. I love you, Greater Life. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Let me tag some people on my end. Good evening. Good evening to everybody. Hey. All right, this is an important announcement, and I want everybody to hear it. And I need you to get on the phone. If there's ever a time to run tell something, it's what you're going to hear tonight. All right. Run tell this tonight, all this. All right. That's what I need y'all to do. That's your assignment. Run tell this tonight. All right. That's your assignment. All right. So what I'm about to share, I need you to gossip about it. I need you to spread it, put it out there. All right. I'm giving you permission. But this gossip is the truth. All right. Thank you, Crystal, for tagging. Hello, Minister Verna. Everybody, Cynthia is in, our events director, who is doing so much behind the scenes. Our events team, Pearlie, and our pastor's care team, and our office staff, and Jessica Robert. Everybody who's just grinding behind the scenes. Latasha getting literature out, mass publications, Bianca, our media squad, everybody who's grinding behind the scenes, volunteers. Just thank you guys so very much. All right. So let's, Christopher Turner is in. That's it, Christopher. Run tell all this tonight now. I want to make sure we run tell all this tonight. All right. So that we can, hey, Minister Carlton, what's going on? Good to see y'all tonight. All right. Y'all tagging? We're at 54. How we looking? Sylvia, what's going on? She said, I'm at work. I'm not going to ask you a lot of questions then, Sylvia. All right, since you're at work. Hey, Pastor D, good to see you. What's going on? Candace Jones, how you be? How you doing? All right, good deal. All right, tag, y'all. Tag. All right, we're at 55 right now. All right, tag everybody you know. Everybody you know. Tag. All right. Good to see y'all. Joyette just been tagged. Good deal. Tag. Connie Payne, how you doing, Miss Connie? Charles, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right, let's see here. I'm tagging away. Let's see. All right. Anniversary time. Let's go. Oh, Don, okay. You having a conversation with your cousin in here, Sylvia. I don't know what y'all talking about, Sylvia. I'm just looking at the comments, sis. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let me get a few more people in tonight. Dr. Ball Trip is in. It's Bishop in. Pastor said in. I didn't see him come in. Pastor Cedric Ball Trip. Oh, you tagging them. Okay. I thought Pastor Cedric came in. You tagging them, Kim. That's good. All right. You tagging them. All right. All right. So do me a favor, y'all. Share this to your page. Very important. Share this to your page. I wanna do this tonight to put everything in context. It's been a long day for me. It's been a long evening for me. All right. And I'm gonna shut down after this. I thank God for being a keeper. It's been a long day. Hey, Regina. But I wanna bring everybody up to speed. My big brother Ron Clemens is here in San Diego. Y'all give my big brother some love. He's here to celebrate with me. Y'all, I have no blood brothers, but this is my brother from another mother right here. That's him right there. Anybody say, who's your brother? Right here. Ron Clemens. In the whole world. All right. I tell this brother everything, and he tells me everything. That's how close we are. Y'all know Ron. He's in the building, and we thank God for him being a part of what we're doing this week. All right. So let me just say this. Hey, Mimi, what's going on? Elder Charles, I want to talk about the fact that Greater Life has witnessed God's favor. Greater Life, can y'all say amen to that? Can y'all say amen to that? We have witnessed, like every ministry, but we can say specifically as it relates to our local church, our local fellowship, we have witnessed God's favor, right? Now, there was a time when we used to try to explain his favor, but I've just learned and I've taught you how to say these words: God did it. All right. Remember that, Greater Life? You remember that when we try to figure out how, why, sometimes the only explanation you have without going through a whole lot of talk is God did it. All right. I want you to learn how to say that. God did it. He's favored us. What shouts me, Vanessa, is that, Julie, he favors us despite us. You know, the love of God, y'all, that's why I get emotional, because despite us, he keeps his hand on our lives. From 1973 until now, God has favored us. From W.E. Manley and a group from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Dr. Shirley Jr., and a faithful few in a home, in a house, God gave them a vision. And Greater Life became 49 years ago. To this very day, I will say this again, God has favored us. That's why I salute our founding pastor, Dr. Manley, and his son for 7 years, Pastor Cedric, because they paved the way for what we enjoy right now. 49 years, God has favored us. And all I can say tonight, y'all, is God did it. All right. And I'm just kind of reflecting on this 5-year run for me. I've been reflecting on that. 5 years. Seems like, to be honest, y'all, it seems like a whole lot longer. My body, it feels like 10 years, 15 years on my body, because one of the things I wanted to do was come in this thing and give you all my very best. I wanted to give this city my very best. I wanted to do that. And I started reflecting, man, just on what God has done. And I said to myself, why am I so fatigued? And why am I so tired? And why do I feel like it's been longer than 5 years? It's because God has moved. And so many people in Greater Life, I said this my first few months here. I said that God would accelerate the growth that we would see. I said it was going to be accelerated growth. And y'all know I wasn't deep and trying to be deep, but I knew what he told me in my secret place. Because of the obedience that I walked in leaving to come here, he told me that the obedience that I walked in and the hearts of the people that he is sending me to, that he was going to accelerate what was going to happen in our church. God said he's going to accelerate it for 2 reasons. Can I tell y'all what God told me in my secret place? He said, I'm accelerating the growth and I'm favoring you, Greater Life, because of the faithful people, the seeds of the faithful that had been sown. Do you know what we're reaping? We're reaping the benefits of seeds we didn't even plant. We are reaping a harvest from seeds that we didn't plant. And God says the acceleration, y'all, is not coming because we planted the seed, but it's coming because the seed was already planted and we just put water on it. Let me tell y'all something. We will never forget our history. We will never forget the seeds that were planted years ago, and we are enjoying a harvest. Now, we had to put in some work. We had to water. We had to show up. But I'm never going to move into the future without forgetting those who planted the seeds. And God says, I'm favoring you, Greater Life. And I have favored you in this season of Pastor Nate Stewart because there were people who went ahead. We call them forerunners. We call them those people who paved the way. And then God said, hear me good, I'm accelerating you because I'm showing you as an example to people who doubted that it could happen at Greater Life. Can I tell y'all, the people who doubted that growth could even happen at Greater Life? Y'all were not privy to what I was hearing and what was spoken over my life, that churches don't grow in California and churches don't grow in San Diego, and Greater Life will never grow. They're too traditional. This boy has lost his mind for leaving a mega church and coming to San Diego. The stuff that I heard, and God whispered in my ear one Thursday morning in my devotion. He said, because of the doubters, because of the 10 spies who said that the land cannot be conquered, I'm going to accelerate favor on Greater Life to show people that if I am in it, it has to be blessed. So for two reasons, we are favored because of our forerunners. We are favored because God used us as an example of what he could do. I remember 5 years ago when I first came, I looked at our website. Y'all, let me reminisce. I looked at our website and I saw this little white building, and I said to myself that if someone Googled Greater Life, that was a white building and the letters were not really straight on the building. And I was trying to find out in my head, I was trying to think, should I take this? I need a new building. I need a Photoshop. I need a fake building so that when people Google the building. So I called my spiritual father, who y'all gonna hear preach Sunday, Dr. E. Dewey Smith. And here's what he told me. If you take that building down, you are taken away from your testimony. He said, Nate, and I'm gonna say this Sunday in his presence, because I'll never lie to y'all. He said, Nate, that building is your before picture. And he said, if you take that building down, you're taken away. I hope y'all share this, because I'm hoping I'm giving hope to some pastor and some leader who's thinking that you got to move to some mega situation for God to favor you. Man, let me tell you something. All you got to do is obey God. You think you got to hook up with a big name artist or big name preacher. No, you just got to hook up with God. And I tell somebody this tonight, when you hook up with God, stuff will start happening for your life. We're trying to hook up to people. We're trying to hook up to names. We're trying to hook up with personalities. And if I can just get up with this person, I can hook up with, no, you need to hook up with God. And I'm a young preacher, yeah, but here's what I've learned, that when you hook up with God, things start happening. We're trying to hook up with names and people. No, that ain't it. And people did not think that this would work. But what we did was we hooked up with God. We remained faithful to God. We had faithful people who remained committed and faithful to God. And as a result of everybody working together, I'm going to say it again, everybody working together, because this ain't about a pastor. This ain't about a pastor. This is about everybody working together, everybody walking in obedience. And here's a result of it, a 5-year run. And that before picture is something now that we can put a side by side by, because that white building is no longer. That white building is now our admin building. It was to be a sanctuary that we outgrew. And God said, Eric, God said this, man. God said this to me. He said, just reflect, Nate. When you came in September, from September to December 2017, God added 63 souls to our church. Now, here's what people were saying when all those people started joining, and it was packed. I remember there were Sundays we had to open the door. People were outside in that white building. I remember that. And they were just saying, oh, it's just swelling. It's just, he the new guy in the city. It's just swelling. And so, yeah, I started hearing that. And then God said, no, you lay out a 3-year plan. 63 souls came to our church. In 2018, God said, it's going to be your year of sowing. 2018, our only purpose, come on, Greater Life, let's go back now. We were going to sow seeds, sow love. We were going to evangelize. Do y'all remember when we hit this city? We hit Emerald Hills. We hit 4 corners of death, 4 corners now of life. We hit all those areas, and God began to expand us. God added 103 souls to our church. 2018, it was blowing up. We broke ground on a new facility. We grew that fast. Within a 1-year period, we broke ground to build. You remember, we ran into the permitting issues. We had a big groundbreaking ceremony because y'all know what we wanted to do. All we asked the city to do was, can we take a wall out of our existing building and build toward the corner? Y'all, that's all we asked. They made that difficult for us. No, y'all got to do this and y'all got to do that. Cool in the game. We had to close up that hole, y'all, because they wouldn't let us do it. We had to go through all these permits. We were growing. We bought We bought a 4-wide modular, 2 double wides that we renovated. We put $103,000, Robert Fair, our finance director. We gave y'all these reports. We put over $100,000 in renovating what we call now our Dr. Kitty Reed Life Center. To everybody else, it was just some old 2 double wide trailers. But for us, it became our temporary sanctuary because we outgrew that 75-seat building that was our before picture. And so we couldn't hold worship service in there anymore. So we moved into this life center that we renovated, and it sat 200 people. And y'all, do you know what God did in 2019? He said 2019 is going to be your year of growing. We didn't know what that meant, but I did say this. If God allowed us to add 100 souls in 2018, guess what I said? As we cast vision, I said in 2019, Greater Life, God is going to allow us to add 200 souls. I didn't know when I gave us this theme, growing, that we were going to grow, to the fact that we had to go to 3 services. 2019, for those who are just joining Greater Life, this is good history. I can't take you back to 1973. I can only hear the memories and hear the stories and hear how powerful Dr. W.E. was and how Pastor Cedric, his son, carried that mantle. I can't take you back to those, but we got some partners who can. They've been here. We have some charter members who have been here. But for those of you who want to know the 5-year journey since I've been the leader, in 2019, it was scary. We had people everywhere. And at this point, Cynthia, I said to the church, Christopher Shimmy, I said that this is not swelling, y'all, because sometimes, everybody said just because you're growing doesn't mean it's healthy. But one of the things that we saw was that the growth was consistent. We never just did this. We always did this, or we just kind of plateaued. And then with the plateau, because 2019, I'm thinking, man, we've hit the apex. What more is there to do? And we're in this building project, 3 services now. Y'all remember the 1 o'clock service? I would pray at the 1 o'clock service that people didn't show up. Because even though we did 3 services, people still came to the second service. So the second service was always jam-packed. And that third service, man, it was just hard on my body. It was hard on our worship leader, man. It was a lot that went into that. And we always had folks show up. They would come to my office. They over there, pastor, and I would go, and I had to preach with the same power. Our worship pastor had to sing with the same power. You know why? Because we wanted those people who came to that third service to get the same experience that those partners got at the first and second service. 3 services at this point. 2019, 200. In fact, we have the video archives of when the 222nd partner joined. We have another video archive of when our 200th partner joined. Because now we're going into 2020, not really knowing that our whole world was about to shift soon after. It was our year of harvest. Y'all know what God did in the year of harvest? He added 202 souls to our church. Now, at this point, let me go back to 2019. I got a call to do a funeral for a young man in our city who didn't have a pastor. And I went to that service, and we had people who joined our church who never had a church, never had a pastor. And then I got another call to do another funeral, and that person didn't have a church or a pastor. And y'all know now I am known in the city to do funerals for people who don't have pastors. And now there are other pastors who are called on. I'm not just saying it's me, but I am called on to do funerals. And I gladly do them because those are souls that need Jesus. So can I tell y'all, over 100, Tawana Carlton, who's our minister of new partners, she'll tell you over 100 plus people who are members of our church, almost 200 people, have never had a pastor a day in their life. Never. So you see people in Greater Life who don't talk like they know Jesus yet, who don't dress like they know Jesus yet. And I have to tell everybody, Please don't judge these people because they don't know church. They don't know church. They don't know God in his. So we are discipling now people who've never been exposed to religion and who has never been exposed to any form of godliness. 200 souls. So people say, how do we grow? It's bigger than just showing up on Sunday. No, we hit the community. Before this pandemic, we were in the community. Funerals, feeding the homeless, our outreach team. People ask all the time, how? No, it doesn't just happen. You don't just show up and preach a good sermon or sing a good song. No, it's work. The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers few. It's work. And it's work by everybody. And then we hit this pandemic year. And 2021, we're in a pandemic, a national pandemic. We're virtual, y'all. And in that virtual space, you know what God did? 83 souls, some who are still active now, joined, Minister Tawana can tell you, during a national health pandemic. There are partners in our church now who joined our church in 2021 during a national pandemic. It was our year of renewed passion. And then you fast forward to where we are now, 2022, we've already added to our church 187 souls. Y'all hear me, Greater Life? I want to say this to the world. Now, here's the reality. Everybody who gave their life to Jesus and connected to our church, everybody didn't stay. A lot of people moved out of our city, but they left knowing Jesus. Because y'all, it's not always about them coming to our church. It's about them getting to know Jesus. And I think one of the dangers that we have is that we want people to come to our church when we need people to get to know Jesus. And you know what my agenda has been? Just get people to Jesus. If I be lifted up, I will draw people to your local church. But I can tell you this. Though we have not had 100% retention, we have maintained over 50% retention. Let me say that again. Over 50%, over half the people who join, 800, you do the math for me. Thus, we cannot meet any longer. Here's how I know it's not swelling, y'all. It's healthy growth. We can't meet any longer. We are renting out our sanctuary, the Life Center, to a Spanish ministry because it can't house us anymore. 200 people, we couldn't do it. We would have to do literally 3 services, and I'm not going to do that. Over 50%. I'm a data guy, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm a data guy. I like statistics because that's how you measure growth. I'm a systems guy. And you don't lie about numbers. You know, I tell leaders that tell the truth. If you had a small attendance, and you got to figure out why is the attendance decreasing. You don't just lie. That's why I remember during the pandemic, y'all, and I'm just reflecting tonight, and I hope this helps somebody, some leader maybe, I don't know. I remember we were getting messages. My media team was sending me messages where there were companies wanting us to buy likes and viewers. In other words, they would charge you to buy viewers. So that little eye in the corner, y'all see that little eye in the corner? They would make those numbers increase, and they were not real people watching. And there were leaders buying that because they were so depressed during the pandemic that people were not watching. I only had 2 people watching. I only had 3 people watching. I've talked to so many leaders who were depressed, and God told me, the day you walk in dishonesty, I'm going to shut it down. We didn't do that. No, we reported what came, who came. Our finances, we report. If it's negative, we report it. If we're in the red, we report it. We thank God for the last 5 years. We have not ended the fiscal year in the red. We've come out in the black. Now, there have been quarters, that we were negative going into a new quarter, but we never ended a fiscal year in the red. But do you think we reported at the end of the quarter that we were in the black when we were in the all? When all we had to tell the truth, because folks, y'all got to give. Somebody ain't giving. Somebody ain't sowing into God. And so tell the truth. 860 souls. On average, y'all, if everybody came, on average, over 400 people will come to our church. 400 souls on the weekends. Children, youth, young adults, 400 souls. We're in a sanctuary now. That seats 316 people. In Greater Life, you see what we see on Sunday. Numbers don't lie. It's packed. It's scary. And the only time we witness a little bit of room, y'all watch this, is on first and third Sunday when our kids and our young people are dismissed, because that frees up bodies, frees up seats. Greater Life, we are experiencing, let me say this again, as I reflect, we're experiencing what I'm calling growing pains. Growing pain. Temporary difficulties and problems at the beginning of a particular stage of development. Y'all, it's been growing pains. And thus, this anniversary, 5 years, man, to God be the glory. As I reflect on my run and the leg that God allowed me to run in this season of my ministry, man, 5 years, man, I give him all glory and all honor. Listen to me, Great Life. We ought to hold our head up, because a growing pain means this: we growing. And the problem of where we're going to put people, it's been a headache for the last 48 hours for me and the team. You know why? Because Sunday, the church was 98% full. Everybody was blowing me up. Pastor Nate, your anniversary Sunday, where we're going to put all these people? These are not even guests. I think we're on average, we're hitting about, Tawana, you would say 8 to maybe 10 guests a Sunday. 8 to 10 average. These people are just coming, looking, searching. They haven't joined. On average, 8 to 10. So we said, you know what? We can't overlook the fact that we're growing. It's not a special service. This is just worship. And so I thought about Maranatha. We're already at capacity. That we needed to find another spot. So I reached out to a church, Calvary, because I preached at Calvary this past Sunday. I reached out to them to see if we could use their facility. At the end of the day, y'all, there was some issues with some of their air, and that's no fault of their own. It's the summer, it's the heat, and so we went today to do a walkthrough, and that problem was still kind of a question. So you know what? I said, you know what? We're not going to do that. Here's what I need y'all to put out. We are going to, Sherry, here's what I need everybody to put out. Hey, Pastor Burst, love you, man. Here's what I want everybody to put out. All of our services will be at Maranatha. Now, what we're going to do, because of the growth and the great crowds we're going to be seeing this weekend and beyond, but I want us to get the word out that both of our services will be at Maranatha. 10 a.m. Let me see, can I find the 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. All right. All of our services, let me say it again, will be at Maranatha Seventh-day Church, Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's where we're currently meeting at now. All right. 10 a.m. and, you got it, Michaela? Let's get it out. And 4 p.m. All right. Let's get this word out. Every service, 10 a.m., 4 p.m., Maranatha. Our media team is about to flood social media. I need you to flood your timeline. Our men, our team will have chairs out. We're going to make sure we have enough space to accommodate those people who are coming. We have people coming from Las Vegas. We have people coming in from Georgia. We have people coming in. We have local pastors who've reached out. Pastor, we're coming. I'm bringing some people with me. I need everybody to get the word out. This flyer right here. All right, Bianca, let's get this out on our social media page, and let's make bold both services at Maranatha. I know you have some people asking you, where's the service going to be? 10 o'clock, Maranatha. 4 o'clock. Thank you, Malika. Listen, 4 o'clock, Maranatha. All right, that's the announcement. But Pastor Nate, why did you take us through all of these other things? Because I want you to see how far God has brought us, that we are literally scratching our head because we don't know where to put people. And I'm not going to just run by that and overlook that like that ain't nothing to celebrate. God has been good to us, Greater Life. And don't ever get to a place. You can't eat a steak and not remember when all you had was bologna. No. You can't get this new house and remember when you came from a place in your life where you were staying from house to house. Don't get up now. Don't get ahead. That's why we don't look down on churches that are struggling to grow, because we've been there. We help people. We love people. We celebrate people. We help people up when they're down. We don't throw shade on people in ministries. We stay humble. We humble ourselves. Pride goes before a fall. Humility, God will elevate humility. So when you remember where you come from, you have a greater appreciation for where you are, Mimi, and for where you are about to go. I need you, Greater Life, to be in service Sunday morning. Bishop Terrell Fletcher is a phenomenal preacher, phenomenal leader. And my spiritual covering, Dr. E. Dewey Smith Jr., who will be in town tomorrow. He will be with us on Sunday at 4 p.m. This anniversary is special. And I need y'all there to celebrate with me. I need you there to celebrate with the family. I need you to celebrate as a community. I need us to look back over our life at how far God has brought us. He's been good. Do me a favor. Pray that God will breathe on our service, and pray that somebody will be edified this weekend. Get the word out for me. Both services, Maranatha, Seventh-day Adventist Church, 61st and Skyline. Our men are going to be on point. Parking, y'all, is going to be tight, but we're going to have parking in other areas. There's going to be some street parking. There's a parking lot across from the church, but there will be identified men in vest, and they will be directing you to where to park. They're going to be making sure you cross the street properly. I want our seasoned saints to be able to get good parking. Come on, y'all. Let's be safe. We have lifted our mask mandate. Masks are not required anymore. Though, if you want to wear your mask, you can. But we have lifted for 2.5 years. We made folk and rightfully so. We were in a pandemic. The virus was still spreading. But right now, the mandate has been lifted. And so we're free to come without our mask. No temperature checks. You are responsible. If you don't feel well, if you feel like something is off, stay home. All right. You be responsible. I love you enough to know that you're watching online if you can't make it because you don't feel well. But if you can make it, let's pack this place out and let's give God praise for 5 years of pastoring people. I love you, Greater Life. And I thank God for you allowing me to be your leader and following my vision and loving me, covering my family. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's celebrate. Let's give God the praise. Get the word out for me. That's your assignment. Spread the word. Both services at Maranatha. Y'all have a good night. And let's give God praise for the great things he has done. Y'all take care. We'll talk soon.